On behalf of the faculty, thank you for joining us for the 98th Annual Honors Convocation. At this time, we ask that you all please rise if you are able for the singing of our national anthem by Ileana Borwinski, a Master of Music Performance candidate in the School of Music, Theater, and Dance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening and welcome to the 98th Honors Convocation of the University of Michigan. I'm Susan Collins, Provost of the Ann Arbor campus and Professor of Public Policy and Economics. I'd like to start by thanking Ileana Borwinski for her lovely rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. Thank you so much. The Honors Convocation recognizes the academic achievements of students on all three of the university's campuses. It's an important occasion on the university's calendar, and one of the few times when we pause in the midst of courses, research, and other activities to celebrate the joy of learning and to congratulate those who excel as students and as teachers. Among those who've joined us to honor students and their teachers are academic leaders from the Flint and Dearborn campuses, executive officers of the university, and deans of the schools and colleges whose students we recognize today. The Provost Council on Student Honors has selected Odessa Fung to be this year's student speaker. Odessa, a junior in the Stephen M. Ross School of Business, received the American Chamber of Commerce Charitable Foundation Edinger Scholarship in 2018. As Vice President for Incoming Global Talent at the youth-run not-for-profit ISIC in the United States, she helps place other young people in educational exchanges and internships globally. At the Ross School, Odessa and her teammates won second place in the 2019 Ross FinTech Challenge for a Bank on Wheels solution to promote financial inclusion in rural Michigan. She's worked as an undergraduate researcher at the University of Michigan and as a business strategist in Calgary, Canada. In addition, she tutors other students in computer science and business. She's considering a career in business or public policy. Odessa?
Thank you, Provost Collins. I'd like to begin by asking, how many times have you heard the phrase unprecedented times in the past year? I'm sure every one of us have gone through moments of frustration, stress, and hopelessness in this year of uncertainty. We've been in isolation for months. No travel, no hangouts, no in-person game days in the big house, and Zoom replaced our lecture rooms. Looking back, 2020 was definitely a year of challenges, but it also taught us many important lessons of resilience, community, and leadership. I've always thought that leaders and heroes must be fearless, like the ones portrayed in movies and fiction. But I have come to realize over the past few months that heroes are not necessarily the invincible ones, but also those who accept and learn from defeat. They both embody the essential quality of courageous humility. Frontline workers around the world demonstrated that courageous humility is putting others before yourself. The Black Lives Matter movement showed us that we need courageous humility to embrace differences, to have empathy, and to fight for justice. It takes courage to be humble. It takes courage to realize that we're just one small piece in the big picture, and that we all have a role in this world. There are numerous heroes out there who are unnamed here, who act as beacons of hope in these difficult times. Whether we are supportive family members, faculty, or students at the University of Michigan, we are all privileged to have the opportunity to be here, to be a part of the education that takes place here. We must couple that privilege with careful contemplation and ask ourselves, how can we be courageous and humble heroes in our communities? How should we become agents of hope and change? How do we live up to the name Leaders and Best? Becoming a leader takes courage, and becoming a good leader takes courageous humility. As we leave this celebration today, I place in your hands my hope that we may all be our own versions of heroes, of leaders that are resilient, outwardly focused, just, and full of that courage and humility that will no doubt lead us to a brighter future. Thank you.
The theme of this year's convocation encourages us to think about our role in the world. Thank you, Odessa, for the very thoughtful reflections on this question that you have shared with us. I want to consider what is required of each of us in developing the courageous humility that she described. Our society faces problems that defy easy solution. This pandemic has shown how interdependent our global society is and heightened our understanding of the complexity of addressing the challenges before us, including systemic racism and climate change. Some might conclude that given these difficulties, we should retreat from the world. But thinking about the students we honor this evening, I come to a very different conclusion. These students have shown themselves to be eager to engage the world in all its complexity. They're ready to tackle tough problems. The ability to think creatively, to imagine new, innovative approaches to challenges is essential to improving human societies around the world. But it is not by itself sufficient. In addition to vision and imagination, those who seek to act effectively in the world must possess knowledge, skills, and importantly, perseverance. Through coursework, research, and conversation with their teachers, our students have gained knowledge in fields from bioinformatics to African history to survey research. In addition, they've learned to think critically, to pull a problem apart so they can understand and address it. These are essential skills in an uncertain time, and I salute you students for the way you continue and to combine these skills with powerful ideas. In your academic work and co-curricular activities, you've demonstrated an impressive ability to think creatively, to bring passion to hard work, and to persevere in the face of difficulties. When a chemistry experiment didn't work, a problem set seemed overwhelming, or the conjugation of a verb in a different language was baffling, you stayed with it and summoned the energy to keep trying again, to keep going until you got it right. I'm reminded of Marie Curie, the two-time Nobel Prize recipient, who remarked that a key lesson she had learned was the way to progress is neither swift nor easy. Perseverance is, I believe, a combination of two qualities, courage and humility. In this very challenging year, you have shown courage as you've kept trying in the face of adversity, and epitomized humility as you've recognized that you must re-examine your thinking and develop new approaches if you want to move forward. So the charge I want to put before you tonight is to bring your academic abilities and your perseverance to bear on the challenges before our society. In an uncertain world, these qualities are of incalculable value. In putting them to use, you will exemplify the leaders and best. Knowing that the challenges the world faces are daunting, let me close with some wise words from Nelson Mandela, who led the fight against apartheid in South Africa. He said, "It always seems impossible until it is done." You may wonder how the students we are honoring were selected. To be invited to today's convocation by one's school, college, or campus, a student must attain university honors for both winter 2020 and fall 2020 terms. Seniors who earn university honors for either of these terms are also invited to honors convocation. The university honors recognition is awarded to students who earn a 3.5 grade point average during a term while taking a minimum of 14 credit hours, 12 of which are graded credits. Now, the deans with undergraduate students from the schools and colleges in Ann Arbor will recognize and congratulate their university honors students. They will appear in the order of the founding of the colleges.
To the University Honors students of the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, congratulations on all that you have accomplished.
To the University Honors students of the School of Dentistry, congratulations on your achievement.
To the University Honor students of the College of Pharmacy, congratulations on your achievement.
To the University Honor students of the College of Engineering, congratulations on your achievement.
To the University Honors students from the Taubman College of Architecture and Urban Planning, congratulations on your achievement.
To the University Honor students of the School of Education, congratulations on your achievement.
To the University Honor students of the Stephen M. Ross School of Business, congratulations on your achievement.
To the University Honor students of the School for Environment and Sustainability, congratulations on your achievement.
To the University Honor students of the School of Music, Theater, and Dance, congratulations on your achievement.
To the University Honor students of the School of Nursing, congratulations on your achievement. Your faculty and your community honor you.
To the University Honor students of the School of Public Health, congratulations on your achievement.
To the University Honor students of the School of Information, congratulations on your achievement.
To the University Honor students of the Penny W. Stamps School of Art and Design, congratulations on your achievement.
To the University Honor students of the School of Kinesiology, congratulations on your achievement.
I congratulate the University Honor students from the Gerald R. Ford School of Public Policy. Go Blue!
Debashish Dutta, Chancellor of the Flint campus, and Susan Alcott, Provost of the Dearborn campus, will now recognize and congratulate the University Honors students from their campuses.
It's my very great privilege to recognize the University Honors students from the University of Michigan, Dearborn. Congratulations. Winning university honors, that's no mean feat. It's a high bar. You've done something not easy to achieve. So you did great. Your teachers are proud of you. Your university is proud of you. Your families are proud of you. I am proud of you. So feel the virtual glow and enjoy your moment. Now this, though, has not been the year, not been the experience that any of us expected, but you've overcome great challenges, and there will surely be more to come. That said, you provide great optimism to all of us at the University of Michigan, Dearborn. What universities always claim is that they can help to change the world, to move things in better, more just, more equitable directions. But on what do we base that very bold claim? On you, on our students. You are our fixers, our makeover artists, our change agents. You are our best hope. So go out and get on with it in this new and changed world, but always stay in touch with your proud community back in Dearborn.
Hello, I am Sanja Feast Price, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs at Flint. Unfortunately, Chancellor Debadutta is unable to join us. On his behalf, I'm pleased to offer congratulations to our students on their outstanding achievements and to add my own salute to their success as well. We are so very proud of each of you for all you have accomplished. In keeping with the theme of reflecting upon our place in the world, I am encouraged that our future is in your capable hands. Think about how you can have an impact. Take the lessons from the past year, the knowledge you've gained through your studies at Flint, and decide how you can be the change you want to see in your community and the world. As we emerge from the pandemic, look for every opportunity to think creatively about solving issues that threaten this world, from climate change to systemic racism, to poverty and health inequities, and so much more. This planet is our shared home. You can help lead the change that is needed to create a more equitable existence for all. We believe in you. Congratulations. In addition to university honors, the university recognizes superior academic achievement with 2 other awards. The William J. Brandstrom Freshman Prize was created in 1960 by Mr. Brandstrom, attorney and philanthropist of Fremont, Michigan, whose desire was to promote excellence in education. Through his generous gift each year, the University of Michigan is able to recognize and encourage first-year students who obtain a high level of academic achievement during their first semester. First-year students who rank in the top 5% of the school or college in which they are enrolled and earned 14 credit hours or more are recognized as winners of the William J. Brandstrom Freshman Prize. Congratulations to the first-year students who were designated as winners of the William J. Brandstrom Freshman Prize. Congratulations. And now, I would like to introduce the James B. Angel Scholars. We award this honor, named for the university's 3rd president, to students with an all-A record for 2 or more consecutive terms in which they carry at least 14 credit hours per term, of which 12 are graded credits. We're proud of all our students who meet these standards of excellence. Tonight, we're pleased to recognize those who have met them for 3 to 6 consecutive terms.
You're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. 'Cause you're a sky full of stars. 'Cause you light up the park. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. 'Cause in the sky full counting the ways to where you are. I'm 22 for a moment, and she feels better than ever, and we're on fire, making our way back from Mars. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to lose. 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you only got 100 years to live. I'm 33 for a moment, I'm still the man, but you see I'm there, a kid on the way, babe, a family on my mind. I'm 45 for a moment, the sea is high, and I'm heading into a crisis, chasing the years of my life. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to lose yourself within a morning star. 15, I'm alright with you. 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you only got 100 years to live. Half time goes by, suddenly you're wise, another blink of an eye. 67 is gone, the sun is getting high, we're moving on. I'm 99 for a moment, I'm dying for just another moment, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. 15, there's still time for you. 22, I feel her too. 33, you're on your way. Every day's a new day.
do. Sing it with me, come on. La da 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 da. Singing la da 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 da. Sing la da 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 da. Just one day. Whoa, hey, I'm willing to die. My smile is okay at the end of the line. My mind, the thorns on my side. Somebody remind me it's a wonderful life. Yeah, it's a wonderful life. Sing la da da da. It's a wonderful life. Sing la da da da. It's a wonderful life. Sing la da da da. It's a wonderful life. Hey, look out world, 'cause here I come. I'm burning brighter than the sun. You put up walls, but I can break 'em, break 'em. Fear is not a roadblock in my way. Don't care what the haters say. They don't scare me, I'm not shaken, shaken. And if you think I'm gonna quit, go and cross it off your list. I just wanna scream out loud. Nothing's gonna stop me now. I'm never coming off this cloud. So move over, move over, move over. You don't wanna mess with me. I know who I'm meant to be. Never gonna slow me down. Nothing's gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna stop me now. I'm moving faster than you think. You might miss me if you blink. Every day I'm getting stronger, stronger. But I was born to break the rules, so that's just what I'm gonna do. I just wanna scream out loud. Nothing's gonna stop me now. I'm never coming off this cloud. So move over, move over, move over. You don't wanna mess with me. I know who I'm meant to be. Never gonna slow me down. Nothing's gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me now. And if you think I'm gonna quit, just go and cross it off your list. I'm moving faster than you think. You might miss me if you blink. Every day I'm getting stronger, stronger. But I was born to break the rules, so that's just what I'm gonna do. I just wanna scream out loud. Nothing's gonna stop me now. I'm never coming off this cloud. So move over, move over, move over. You don't wanna mess with me. I know who I'm meant to be. Never gonna slow me down. Nothing's gonna stop me. Nothing's gonna stop me now. And if you think I'm gonna quit, just go and cross it off your list. Hey, look out world, 'cause here I come. I'm burning brighter than the sun. I just wanna scream out loud. Nothing's gonna stop me now. I'm never coming
It is now our privilege to recognize the Angel Scholars who have sustained the highest level of academic achievement for more than 6 terms. Robert Sellers, Vice Provost for Equity and Inclusion, Chief Diversity Officer, and the Charles D. Moody Collegiate Professor of Psychology and Education will introduce these students.
This first group of students has achieved 7 consecutive terms of all A's. George Adamson, Jabir Ahmed, Lila Alaka, Sean Anderson, Molly Beckler, Amanda Balo, Jack Barlow, Dylan Beck, Peruna Bebuhani Neo Shad, Matthew Blishki, Sarah Bloom, David Carpenter, James Carzin, Don Chirko, Shelby Coates, Evan Colony, Joshua Corsello, Kieran Cromer, Kelly Doherty, Henry Dixon, Elijah Du Bois, Marley Durst, Joshua Estelle, Michelle Fan, Jacob Florian, Logan Freeman, Belina Gasky, Abigail Gothrop, Leon Gayduldig, Ruth Gerstel, Puyan Gulista, Anna Gulitzin, Sian Goraya, Alexander Greer, Trisha Gupte, Christopher Hafki, Mohammed Hamid, Hunter Harloff, Joshua Hartman, Vanessa Haska, Jaiki Ha, Megan Hedrick, Alice Hill, Nicholas Hill, Michelle Ho, Sophie Horihani, Claire Huber, Zikun Jaya, Victoria Johnson, Michelle Jonick, Samantha Go, Amanda Kaplan, William Cardassis, Anastasia Korn, Jake Kovalik, Hohem Felix Liu, Matthew McPhail, Juliet Mandel, Catherine Marudu, Catherine Mikolichuk, Naya North, Natsumi Ono, Eric Pearley, Emily Peck, Hannah Pierce, Angel Polzin, Nicholas Pruth, Juliana Ramirez Maitias, Megana Runabotu, Haley Ra, Liam Russell, Sujana Sutharasala, Haz Shin, Ellie Simon, Emily Simroth, Angad Singh, Carolyn Michelle Wee, Neha Vasalara, Josh Wiseman, Andrew Wiederhold, Allison Wilcox, Evelyn Winter, Adrian Wong, Michael Young, Jianyan Yuan, Felicia Zhang, Isabel Zuniga. The next 35 students have achieved 8 consecutive terms of all A's. Taylor Adams, Aaron Bench, Faye Christoph, Dan Chotlush, Rachel Clark, Andrew Dalton, Taylor Fedderson, Evelyn Gagnon, Leah Hong, Rachel Horton, Natalie Genuine, Jenna John, Monica Kim, Lauren May, Kathleen Mazer, Devin McCleskey, Catherine Parkhurst, Cameron Pollock, Elena Ramirez Gorski, Carolyn Schubring, Ashton Skillman, Jared Stolove, Craig Tarnopol, Jeremy Turvo, Michael Ustis, Alyssa Van Scoy, Alexander Vidinas, Matthew Ward, Ellie White, Florence Wu, Z. Yi Wu, Nicole Shu, Charles Zen. The next two students have achieved 9 consecutive terms of all A's. Malhar Kute, Jasnoor Singh,
We are very pleased to give special recognition to 5 students this evening. Each of these has achieved great academic success and coupled it with leadership and service that makes important contributions to society. We're proud and delighted that these students have been selected to be part of the international programs that will support their continued learning and service. Amy Gierges, a senior in the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, has been selected for a Rhodes Scholar, and she will study at the University of Oxford. Max Hammer, also a senior in LS&A, has received a Marshall Scholarship to study at the University of Edinburgh and University College, London. Mary Lou Duquet, a student in the School of Information, was selected for a Mitchell Scholarship and will continue her studies at Technological University, Dublin. Jacob Florian, a senior in the College of Engineering, has been named a Churchill Scholar, and he will study at the University of Cambridge. Darius Moore, an LSA senior, has been selected for the university's Wallenberg Fellowship and will spend the next year in the Dominican Republic, where he will partner with La Clínica de Familia, examining issues related to minoritized populations in healthcare. Congratulations to all of these outstanding students. In 1988, the Board of Regents established a series of professorships to recognize outstanding contributions to undergraduate education. Named after Arthur F. Thurnow, a student at Michigan from 1902 to 1904, this series of professorships is supported through a trust fund he left to the university. Mr. Thurnow wanted to return to the University of Michigan something of the value that he had gained from being an undergraduate here. In that spirit, the Thurnow Professorship Program is designed to honor tenured faculty whose commitment to and investment in undergraduate teaching has had a demonstrable impact on the intellectual development of our students. And so it is my pleasure to introduce the 2021 Thurnow professors. Branko Kerkez, Associate Professor of Civil and Environmental Engineering, College of Engineering. Sarah Cook, Associate Professor of Mathematics, College of Literature, Science, and the Arts. Richard Lewis, John R. Anderson Collegiate Professor of Psychology, Linguistics, and Cognitive Sciences, Professor of Psychology, and Professor of Linguistics, College of Literature, Science, and the Arts. Stephen Ward, Associate Professor of Afro-American and African Studies and Associate Professor in the Residential College, College of Literature, Science, and the Arts. Remy Yergo, Associate Professor of English Language and Literature, Associate Professor in the Digital Studies Institute, College of Literature, Science, and the Arts. We congratulate all of these new Thurnow professors and salute their dedication to teaching. Thank you. Each spring, we invite a Thurnow professor to address students at Honors Convocation. And so it is my pleasure to introduce Carla O'Connor, Distinguished University Diversity and Social Transformation Professor and Professor of Education. In addition to enhancing understanding of resiliency among low-income and Black students, Professor O'Connor has shown how racial identities are constructed and influence school experiences of children and adults. She is a founding member of the National Science Foundation-sponsored Center for the Study of Black Youth in Context. Associate Dean for Academic Affairs in the School of Education from 2012 to 2016, Professor O'Connor introduced curriculum reforms to better prepare pre-service teachers to work in a diverse society. As Director of Wolverine Pathways, she leads efforts to increase the likelihood that promising students from Southeast Michigan apply, attend, and graduate from the University of Michigan. The American Education Research Association recognized Professor O'Connor as the 2019 Wallace Foundation Distinguished Lecturer. She is also a recipient of the University of Michigan's Harold R. Johnson Diversity Service Award and Faculty Career Development Award.
It is my honor to salute you today, to recognize all that you have accomplished and your degree of distinction. I also want to acknowledge the love and support of your friends and family who provided the air beneath your wings and sustained your ability to thrive academically. But with your achievements come great responsibility. You have had the fortune to excel at one of the greatest institutions in the world, one that has provided robust platforms for you to wrestle with ideas, reckon with science, and evaluate and apply evidence systematically. What will you do now with these skills and abilities? How might you leverage them in the interest of building a better, more equitable, and more just future? To understand where these skills and abilities might take you and take us, we must first recount where we have been. This year has been like none other. On January 6th, we witnessed an unparalleled assault against U.S. democracy cloaked in the scripture of white supremacy. And in the months preceding and through today, we have documented more than 500,000 deaths due to COVID. These realities should leave us breathless, but not because they are astonishing in and of themselves. Yes, we should be staggered by the fact that the number of U.S. lives lost to COVID-19 is 170 times that of the lives lost on 9/11. That the COVID death count is nearly double that of U.S. military personnel who sacrificed their lives for us during World War II. Yes, it is also staggering that 5 people died and 134 police officers were assaulted in the wake of the January 6th insurrection, with most of the insurrectionists casually departing the crime scene absent immediate fear of detention or arrest. Their kid glove treatment that day stood in stark contrast to the chemical irritants and physical show of power delivered against Black Lives Matter activists who were peacefully protesting police brutality on Lafayette Square. But while these realities are staggering, what is most astonishing and should be particularly troubling to anyone seeking to advance dialogue and engagement across those differences that distinguish us is that these contemporary crises were founded in lies, disinformation, and misinformation. The degree of COVID's devastating effect in the U.S. is a function of ignoring and denying what evidence we had regarding the threat and spread of the disease and mechanisms for mitigation. The storm on the U.S. Capitol occurred because disinformation concerning a rigged election displaced legal, observable, and statistical evidence that this was not the case. How can we begin to take seriously each other's points of view, leverage the solutionary power of our diverse perspectives, and explore the fallibility of our own beliefs if fact and evidence claims escape us? Absent provable assertions, we have no common reference points upon which robust dialogue and engagement might flourish. If we cannot agree on what is, how do we imagine and deliver together on what might be? As an illustration, I remind you that climate change is real. We should not be arguing about the science in that regard. Instead, our dialogue and debate should be focused on solutions with recognition and responsiveness to those whose lives and livelihoods could be upended absent a viable and equitable resolution to this existential threat. Families who feed their children and keep a roof over their heads via the very industries that contribute to global warming are deserving of a compassionate response that leaves them whole. But Black and brown people's disproportionate experience with police surveillance and brutality is also scientifically verifiable. And when George Floyd cried out for his mother, and a man in the crowd called out, "He's human, bro," to the police officer whose knee was on Floyd's neck, Black mothers across the world heard the call of their own children and prayed that in confrontation with authority, the humanity of their child would be recognized, all the while fearful it would not. Here again, we should not be arguing about the existence of police brutality and its differential impact on people of color. We should be discussing, debating, and imagining together compassionate and socially just solutions. Our quandary is, how do we get on the same page with regards to what constitutes fact and credible evidence? And in the process of doing so, how can we apply our understanding that science and knowledge necessarily evolve and change over time? Committing ourselves then to deciphering and applying whatever claims are most robustly substantiated in the moments in which we find ourselves. This is my challenge to you. How will you leverage in your personal lives, in your professional practices, in your community engagements, your training at U of M, and your consequent capacity for scientific and intellectual discernment? How might you use such discernment to name, decipher, and apply truths in ways that establish constructive footholds for communicating across difference, with the goal of delivering solutions to the greatest challenges of our time? You have the tools. Use them to build bridges to a better future.
Dreams die. for when dreams go, life is a barren field. Life is a barren field, frozen.
I am pleased to present Mark Schlissel, the 14th President of the University of Michigan.
Thank you, Provost Collins, for the very kind introduction. I'm proud to join the many voices at the University of Michigan in congratulating our honor students from our Ann Arbor, Dearborn, and Flint campuses. I add my congratulations to the Thurnau professors recognized today as well, and to the parents and family members who are viewing with us today. All of us in Michigan share in your pride in these students. By earning University of Michigan honors, you students have joined a very special group. You've succeeded at the highest levels, in dozens of academic programs, on 3 outstanding campuses. Through extraordinary hard work, talent, intellectual prowess, and a commitment to academic excellence. Thank you for adding to U of M's legacy of amazing students. Your achievements demonstrate that U of M has continued to serve as a place of higher learning and a home for academic excellence, even as our society struggles to adapt to a historic global challenge. Education and research give us our best opportunity to address society's problems. Professor O'Connor mentioned some of the circumstances that demand our attention. We've seen and felt their effects. The more than 525,000 deaths from COVID in the US alone. And many people have suffered through a sadly predictable array of health and economic inequities exacerbated by the pandemic. The horrific examples of systemic racism, including the killings of Black and brown people by law enforcement, the violence and xenophobia endured by Asian Americans and visitors, the armed assault on the US Capitol following a polarizing election cycle. Your ability to continue to excel academically during such a difficult time is truly remarkable. And while Honors Convocation recognizes learning at the highest level, I would argue that it's also a time to consider how to best use what you've learned, to make a difference in the lives of people in our communities, to change institutions for the better. I want to speak today about 3 lessons I've learned during the last year. First, that the importance of the full Michigan educational experience cannot be overstated. Not just the content of our courses, but the way we teach and learn, and the learning that takes place apart from the formal curriculum. It's all precious. It brings talented students, faculty, and staff together to create very special opportunities to learn. These opportunities include our classrooms and labs, and they also take place in our residence halls and during co-curricular and social activities. And while many of the in-person activities we all hold dear had to go virtual this year, you found ways to keep this meaningful work going. As students, you've helped us maintain our status as the nation's most productive public research university, and your adherence to public health guidance has allowed us to safely increase lab density. You've helped us run our vaccination clinics and served as transfer student ambassadors to help students who are also essential workers transfer to Michigan and earn their degrees. You've been innovative, too, to help others have the best experience possible. For instance, an undergraduate class in our Stamps School of Art and Design created art projects that K-12 learners could do at home. This included the creation of a website called Art Connects Kids to share the beauty and the benefits of art during the pandemic. And our SMTD students shared their talents with the broader community through the school's first ever virtual performance season. The second lesson is the need to engage as broadly as possible in the time of a crisis. We need to communicate with one another more openly and frequently as we navigate through such an unusual and threatening time. I believe the strength of our university is grounded in two things: our disciplinary breadth and the rich diversity of the people who form our community. At U of M, we have seen all disciplines step up to help the university and one another confront virtually every aspect of the pandemic. Our artists, historians, anthropologists, social workers, and education and public policy experts are among many who've dedicated their research, scholarship, and creativity at the myriad of problems we faced as a society. Many of you are amongst them. You produce new knowledge about health and social threats and heightened levels of understanding to help make sense of a world that changed so dramatically and quickly. As honor students, your talents will be needed as we recover from this pandemic and when we confront whatever the inevitable next crisis will be. When that happens, reach out. Learn from others who approach problems differently and who ask questions from different perspectives. The third lesson I want to share is that we should never take anything for granted. Before this started, U of M had been, for the most part, doing extremely well. Then all of a sudden, instead of focusing on our next novel educational program, research initiative, or growing financial aid, we're worried about how to continue the university and how to fulfill its mission in the setting of a pandemic where people are asked to stay in their rooms or homes. Our diag was empty. We shifted to remote education, shut down our labs, and saw the cancellation of championship sports, study abroad, and artistic performances. These are amongst the experiences that give our lives meaning, that help us learn from one another and about ourselves, that provide support and structure. Our community has responded in innovative and inspiring ways to recraft the Michigan experience. I know that many of you have discovered new ways to socialize, support your friends and classmates, and manage your studies while balancing family and work obligations. I hope that you will cherish the moments that you can and always remember the splendor of the friendships and connections you've made. The walks through the Arb or our museums, hearing the marching band fire up a crowd of maize and blue, a eureka moment in the lab, a discovery of a long-hidden fact in an archive, and even time spent in the stacks of the ugly. Cherish them all. We no longer can take them for granted. I encourage you, as our top students, to seize the moment. Use your Michigan talents to embrace learning always. Apply the lessons you've learned from this historic crisis, and cherish the joys of intellectual discovery, friendship, and connection. Thank you very much. Congratulations on your outstanding academic accomplishments and contributions to our university. Be safe, stay healthy, and of course, go blue.
I want to thank everyone who has joined us for this important occasion. It is wonderful to come together to recognize the accomplishments of our students in every field of inquiry and to honor their teachers. We salute all of their achievements. Our special thanks to the students and faculty from the School of Music, Theater, and Dance for their outstanding performances. The trombone choir, Eliana Barwinski and Taylor Adams, soloists. John Moorfield and Catherine Goodson, pianists, Assistant Professor Tiffany Ng, carillonist, and Professor James Kibbe, organist. Thank you again, and good evening.